There is a wall in every grocery store you have learned to walk past without seeing. Jugs of laundry soap stacked higher than your head, blue and orange and green, mountain breeze, spring rain, a little cap you fill to a printed line. $20 and change for a bottle that lasts a month if you are careful, and most folks are not careful, so it lasts 3 weeks and you buy it again. You lift it into the cart the way you lift milk, without a thought, because everyone you have ever known has bought their soap off that wall. I want you to stop in front of it once and ask the question nobody asks: what exactly did I just pay $20 for? Because I will tell you, and once you know it you will not be able to unknow it. You bought a jug of water. Water, with a spoonful of real soap stirred into it, a fistful of cheap filler to make it pour thick, and a squirt of perfume so the water smells like a meadow it has never seen. Then you paid a truck driver's wage to haul all that water across the country to a shelf near your house, so you could carry it home and pour it back out. My name is Jonas, and I am Amish, and on our farm the whole year's washing costs about $6. Not $6 a bottle. $6 for the year, every sheet, every shirt, every pair of trousers a house full of children can dirty between January and Christmas, washed clean for the price of one of those jugs you thought was a bargain. Today I am going to hand you the recipe my wife makes in a bowl on the kitchen table, and then I am going to show you how we actually wash: the soak, the heat, the wringer, the line, and then the little tricks for the stains that make grown women give up and throw a good shirt in the rag pile. But hold one thing in your mind the whole way down, because it is the piece that matters most and I am saving it for last. There is something that sits over your yard for free, every clear day of your life, that can whiten a sheet as bright as a bottle of bleach ever did, and it does it without burning a single thread. You already own it. You have never once used it on purpose. Hold that question. We will get there. So the recipe first, because it is almost too plain to believe. You need 3 things, and you can carry all 3 home in one small sack. A bar of hard soap, the plain kind, a laundry bar, the amber-colored lye soap or the old naphtha laundry bar your grandmother kept by the washtub, not the creamy perfumed soap you wash your face with. A box of washing soda, which sits on the same shelf and costs a few dollars and lasts most of a year. And a box of borax, the white powder in the old cardboard box that has looked the same for 100 years. That is everything. You grate the soap bar on a kitchen grater the same as you would grate a block of cheese, a fine pile of curls, and into the bowl it goes with 1 cup of the washing soda and 1 cup of the borax stirred through it. 1 grated bar to a cup of each. Stir it with your hand until it looks like coarse snow, pour it into an old coffee can, and you have made yourself a month or 2 of wash powder in about the time it takes the kettle to boil. 2 tablespoons in a load. That is all. A tablespoon and a bit for a small wash, a heaping 2 for a load of barn clothes. Now here is why those 3 cheap things beat the $20 jug, because you deserve to know and not just take my word. The grated soap is the soap, the part that grabs the grease and the dirt and lets the water rinse it away, and it is the only part of that store jug that was ever doing real work. The washing soda is the muscle behind it. It softens hard water, so the soap does not waste itself fighting the minerals in your pipes and can spend all its strength on the shirt instead. And the borax brightens and cuts odor and helps lift a stain loose from the cloth. 3 plain powders, each with 1 honest job, and not 1 drop of water shipped in a bottle, not 1 penny of perfume. Now a word you must not skip, because plain does not mean harmless. The washing soda and the borax are cleaning agents, not candy. Keep the box up high, away from the children and the cat and the dog, do not let a little one taste it, and follow what the label tells you. Old and simple, but you treat it with respect, same as you would a jug from the store. Then comes the wash itself, and the old way begins before the soap ever touches the water. It begins with a soak. A tub of warm water, the powder stirred through until it dissolves, and the wash left to sit in it a good while, an hour, sometimes overnight for the bad ones. That soak is half the secret, and it costs you nothing but patience. While the clothes sit, the water and the soda are creeping into every thread, loosening the dirt at the root, so that by the time you agitate them the work is mostly done. The modern machine skips the soak to save you 15 minutes and then has to scrub twice as hard to make up for it. We let time do the scrubbing. And the heat is matched to the cloth, not blasted at everything the same. Hot water for the sheets and the white shirts and the greasy barn trousers where you want the soap at full strength, but cool water for the colors and the woolens, because hot water is what sets a stain and shrinks a good sweater to a size for a doll. When the soak is done, you work the wash, by hand on a washboard for a small load, ribbing the cloth against itself where it is dirtiest, the collars and the cuffs and the knees. A washboard is nothing but a way to rub cloth on cloth, and cloth on cloth with a little soap between is the oldest cleaner there is. Then the wringer, and I want you to see why it matters, because this is where the store way quietly costs you again. You run the wet wash between two rollers and squeeze the water back out of it into the tub. Not just to dry it faster, though it does, but because every drop of dirty, soapy water you squeeze out is dirt leaving the cloth instead of drying back into it. A good wringing before the rinse, then rinse in clean water, and here you throw in the softener the store sells you in yet another bottle, a cup of plain white vinegar in the rinse water. It cuts the last of the soap clean out of the cloth so nothing is left to stiffen it, and it leaves your towels soft and your dark clothes bright. And no, your wash does not come off the line smelling like a pickle, the vinegar smell walks away with the water and takes the soap with it. A jug of vinegar costs a couple of dollars and softens 100 loads. Compare that to the softener bottle on the store shelf. Let me stop and set it in front of you plain, because we have covered a lot of ground and I do not want you to lose the shape of it. 3 powders in a bowl, $6 for the year. A long soak while you do something else. Heat matched to the cloth, not thrown at all of it. A honest wringing so the dirt leaves instead of drying back in. A cup of vinegar where the softener bottle used to be. Nothing on that list was invented by a company, nothing on it comes in a jug, and every piece of it was being done in this house before your grandmother was born. Now the stains, because a clean wash is easy until the day a child comes in wearing his supper. Rust on a white shirt from a wet nail or an old pipe, you would swear it was ruined. Cut a lemon, squeeze it right onto the rust, and pour salt over the wet spot until it sits there in a little wet mound. Then lay that shirt out where the sun can reach the stain and leave it. The acid in the lemon loosens the rust from the cloth and the sun draws it out, and where a brown mark sat you will find white cloth. That same lemon and salt lifts the purple ghost a handful of berries leaves on an apron. For blood, a split lip, a scraped knee, a nosebleed on a good pillowcase, the whole trick is one word, cold. Never warm. Warm water cooks blood into the cloth and sets it there for good, the way heat sets an egg. Cold water, run through the back of the stain, worked with a little of your soap, and pulled out while it is still fresh, and it lifts away like it was never there. Get that one wrong with hot water and you have set it forever, so remember it before you reach for the tap. For grease, the butter, the bacon fat, the axle grease off a man's sleeve, you pull it out with a dry powder before it ever sees water. Chalk rubbed white into the spot, or a spoon of cornstarch or plain flour pressed onto it, and left to sit. The powder drinks the grease up out of the threads the way dry earth drinks a spill, you brush it off, and now the wash can finish the job. Do that before you wet it, because water and grease will not make peace, and once the grease is wet it only spreads. Now, the question I told you to hold. The free thing over your yard that whitens brighter than a bottle of bleach, it is the sun. Not the warmth of it, the light of it. Lay a yellowed sheet or a dingy white shirt out on the green grass on a bright day, damp from the rinse, and leave it in the sun a few hours, and it will come up whiter than it went down, whiter, some days, than the day you bought it. The old women bleached on the grass for 1,000 years before a single bottle of bleach was ever poured, and they were not being quaint, they were being right. Chlorine bleach whitens by burning, it eats the stain and, given time, it can eat the cloth right along with it, which is why a bleached shirt tends to yellow at the collar and go thin and tear before its time. The sun whitens without burning a thread. It lifts the yellow and leaves the cloth as strong as it found it, for nothing, off a thing that rises over your house whether you use it or not. And here is the piece that ties the whole washday together, that clean smell on a line-dried sheet, the one no bottle of spring rain has ever once managed to copy, the smell I told you about when we hunted the musty damp out of the house, that is the sun and the moving air doing to your wash exactly what they do to a room, pulling the dampness and the sourness out and leaving it fresh in a way no closed machine and no perfume ever can. It is the same free hand at work, and once you have hung a wash in it you will not want to go back. So here is what I would have you do. This week, before you buy another jug, grate 1 bar of soap into a bowl with a cup of washing soda and a cup of borax, and wash 1 load with 2 spoons of it and a cup of vinegar in the rinse, and hang it in the sun. 1 load. Then come down to the comments and tell me the thing I most want to know. What did your mother or your grandmother keep by her washtub, the bar, the bluing, the trick for a stain, the thing you watched her do and never thought to ask about? Tell me, because I am collecting the old ways before they are gone, and half of them live now only in a memory like yours. Next time I will take you inside the house itself, to the dust that settles on everything and the reason the old home stayed cleaner with no machine to help, the same free hands, sun and air, doing the quiet work. Until then, wash cheap, dry bright, and let the sun do what no bottle can. The old ways still work.